It's tempting. You're driving, a text comes in. Or your kids are fussing in the back seat and you turn around to help. Maybe you're just queuing up your favorite song on the way to work. No matter the reason, it all chalks up to distracted driving.
The problem is getting worse. MPI's data shows police in Manitoba issued more license suspensions in 2024 than in the previous 5 years. In 2023, there were 2,469 three-day suspensions and 98 seven-day suspensions for people who were caught distracted driving. In 2024, that number jumped to 2,817 three-day suspensions and 150 seven-day suspensions. So CBC News went for a drive around the city with a GoPro and one of our videographers to see how many distracted drivers we could find. It didn't take long before we saw distracted drivers on their phone texting and driving, people eating, and smoking. So why aren't people getting the message?
And I think that our phones, as they're evolving, the rules of the road have not kept up with that.
Okay. We met up with Luna Zuniga, who knows firsthand the impact distracted driving can have. It's taken her a year of physiotherapy to relearn how to sit down and get up from her couch, and it's still a struggle. In February of last year, she was struck by a car while working as an EA and crossing guard for an elementary school.
It only took me a few seconds to step onto the road, and my life changed forever. I don't know what my life's going to look like in the future. I don't know what I'll be able to do.
Prior to the incident, Zuniga led a very active life. She ran 6 miles a day, she loved to walk her dog, and she was a working artist. Now walking down the stairs is a struggle. The incident left her with a long list of injuries, including broken bones in her left leg and arm, broken ribs, torn tendons, and a serious head injury. Her recovery is ongoing. The man who hit her was charged with 1 count of driving carelessly, but hasn't had his court date yet. Drivers face fines, demerit points, and a suspended license for driving carelessly.
I'm thinking about all those drivers who continue to drive. They're able to go to work. They're able to go and hang out with friends. And again, I'm stuck looking out a window.
Distracted driving caused 675 collisions in Manitoba in 2024, and more than 50% of those happened in Winnipeg. We asked MPI why we're seeing more distracted drivers on the road.
I think what we're experiencing is each individual driver's like, oh, it's just going to take me a second. I'll just be a second, without realizing that maybe that second is the one that means either preventing a collision or causing one.
Tara Seal says not only can MPI suspend your license for distracted driving, but if the distraction causes a collision, you could lose your license permanently or drop on the driver safety rating scale.
Distracted driving is causing the most fatalities on Manitoba roadways. So people are dying in larger numbers because of distracted driving than impaired driving or speeding.
Safety Services Manitoba offers a responsible driving course that teaches about the dangers of distracted driving and how to change bad habits. Terrace Bryan says there are 3 kinds of distractions: a visual distraction, a physical distraction, and a cognitive distraction.
But the moment we engage in a cell phone text, whether it be reading or responding, you're taking all 3 away at the exact same time, leaving nothing left on the road. And seconds do count.
Barron says some drivers think they can multitask behind the wheel, but driving requires 100% of your attention.
Where you're wanting to grab that phone, stop. Okay, we do know right from wrong. We do know what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing. Stop, don't do it, rezone, refocus. And the more you can catch yourself doing that, it will become automatic over time.
The Winnipeg Police Service are ramping up enforcement on distracted drivers, with dedicated officers camping out on street corners to catch drivers in the act.
What we're looking for is the blatant and obvious cell phone use. It's either, holding it in their lap and looking down while they're stopped at a red light, which people think they can use their cell phones while they're stopped in traffic, and that's not the case.
638 people have already had their license suspended in 2025 due to distracted driving. Levesque attributes the uptick in suspensions to WPS enforcement efforts.
So the next time you reach for that phone, think twice. You could lose your license, or worse yet, you could really hurt somebody. Mike Arsenault, CBC News, Winnipeg.